Так, тут пришлось весь экран перелопатить. Потому что разрешение поменял. Получается, весь экран съехал. Надеюсь, все на месте. Битрейт в 2 раза ниже, разрешение меньше. По идее, сейчас стрим не должен лагать. Я настройки даже в игре чуть побольше сделал. По идее, не должно лагать. Раньше никогда никакая игра не лагала на стриме. До того момента, пока я 1440p не лупанул.
When you've got a moment, go and see him and tell him to come here without delay. I want to have a word with him.
I'll do that, sir.
I'll knock the dust out of his apron.
Фига ты
The
подняла.
scoundrel.
Be off now. You don't belong here.
Так, что мне надо сделать? Поговорить с паном. Это меня качает.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good
Реально
meal?
сзади пацана
Sorrow is easy to
колбасит.
bear on a full stomach. I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes.
Так, идем на кухню.
But I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
Я тебе не мешаю.
Ah, milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bozhena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
Любитель хорроров, здорово, нормально.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Так, короче, я жрать хочу. Так. Пюре с чечевицей. Съесть. Я наелся. Пип-пип-пип. Так, что теперь мне пойти спать? Идти в сторожку. Хорошо, Диана. Пожрали, можно и спать. Кайф. Диабло не играл. Только вторую прошел и все. Так, а чё мне куда тут спать? Вверх, вниз. Таких сундуков. Ну, я так понимаю, спать внизу.
Must eat.
В смысле, ты же ел только что? На рогалик еще съешь. А тут нету значка еды. Когда ты уже нажрешься? А, надо прям до конца добить эту. И до сих пор еще не наелся. На ведро яблок сожри. Сколько можно жрать? На хлеба сожри. Все, наелся, неужели? Фига он жрет. А спать-то тут где? Чуть не вырубаюсь. Или я не туда зашел? Вот тут мне что ли спать? Так, если вы устали, ваша выносливость, красноречие постепенно будут снижаться. Поможет сон, найдите постель, которую понимаю. А валенки надо было снимать, не? Что за сумма? А, инвентарь просто открыть. Зачем? Дима спрят. Да, спрятался от картошки, но я в пень. Сколько времени хочешь отвести на сон? Вот бы в реале так. Сколько времени хочешь отвести на сон? Так. Удобство кровати 50%, сытость 37%, энергия, здоровье 100%. Давай 12 часов спать.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome.
Игра по 10-бальной шкале.
Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better.
Вот, оптимизация где-то в районе 6. Сюжет там в районе 9, наверное. Графика тоже в районе 9.
But with God's help, the pain will ease in time.
Примерно так, наверное, это поначалу. Дальше я не знаю, посмотрим.
If you feel like it.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me
Почему
to
мы
town
в стену
for
смотрим?
A fellow by the name of Kunish owed money to father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunish had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated as
Чё я ничего не выбрал, диалог дальше пошел.
Kunish still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzik.
А, время идет.
The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzik himself came to have a look at it. He praised father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. A horde of soldiers was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
And then death descended on Scalles. I looked towards the tavern and saw a group of Cumans chasing down my Bianca, murdering her for sport. There was nothing I could do to help her.
You mustn't blame yourself. She's with the Lord now.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I no longer heard any sounds of battle coming from the castle, so Sigismund's army must have regrouped and started preparing for siege.
No doubt you're right.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I wanted to help her. God knows I wanted to, but even though I had the sword we made for Sir Radzik, they had me outnumbered and they were well armed too. I only just managed to grab one of their horses and ride off. I couldn't help her any more than I could have helped my parents.
It wasn't your fault.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city. There was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep.
Куда жрачку назад забираешь, алло?
I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Никто не даст поспать просто. Так, куда идти?
We could hide
hide out somewhere until it blows over.
Might be right.
Listen up. If it's Sigismund and his army, prepare for the worst. But don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Farewell.
Halt! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robert?
Sir Radzig. What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
Well, what will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir...
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to right there now.
Кино пришел смотреть. Название такое.
Tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort
Длинное.
out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Scallas people now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled and report everything to me at once. Understood?
Understood.
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch of the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yesterday.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Farewell.
Держите караул на крепостной стене. И что я должен делать? У меня даже факела нет. Караулю. Опять все лагает, что ли? Чешу. Я хуй знаю. Ну, он что-то лаганул разок. Дождаться утра.
Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Quick! Go! Go!
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Scallas and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, the Ratsig Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzig of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzig is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that the Ratsig Kobila is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzig Kobila is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there's little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard. Все равно FPS говно. Ну вот, на средних более-менее. И то так себе.
Good health to you.
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their
Польский язык в озвучке.
Unfortunately, Sir Radzig is one of those.
Можно посмотреть.
What's more, he was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
So Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
Так.
So, Robard, my parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs. What would you do in my place?
Sorry, lad, but I won't take orders. You'll have to wait until everything settles down, and maybe your lord will change his mind.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Gutenberg, well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed.
I see.
Listen, lad, these are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair. Him and Wenceslas's cousin, Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
Because the lords there could have risen against him with their armies and stopped his conquest of the Bohemian territories?
That's part of it. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favoured it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed two birds with one stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him, and also gained immense wealth.
Where did these Cumans come from anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said, that they came to Hungary from the east and settled there. They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them, because they dishonor our rules of warfare. And believe me, it's always about power and money.
Гроші. Гроші. Почти все на минимум поставил. ППС-то где? Так, что нам дальше надо делать?
I feel quite hungry.
Ты опять жрать хочешь, а ты заколебал. Сколько можно жрать? На яблоко съел.
Looks like it's gonna be a good year for the apples.
Давно я в игры на минималках не играл. Так. В деревушке что-то есть.
My respects to you.
I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a comely wench in it. But it looks like we'll both be disappointed. Sir Divish gave orders not to open the gate.
Let me out, I say. Don't you know who I am?
Someone who's about to lose his teeth if he doesn't get lost quick?
Never mind. Is there someone here who trades in goods?
Hungry, are you? You should go and see the cook. She's good-hearted, especially if you come with some coin. For anything else, you should see a fellow called Votava. Folk aren't too fond of him, because he's as surly as a wet cat. But he can get you just about anything. I saw him. God be with you.
А зачем польская озвучка? Английский, французский, немецкий. Все. Нема польского. Английский, французский, немецкий.
It's terrible what's going on in our land these days.
End of the world.
Прикольно подорожается башка. Так. Что мне надо вообще делать?
Good morning.
If I needed some food, who should I ask?
Who do you think, young man? Me, of course. And if you want something extra, I could help you out with that too.
That was a close thing this morning, eh?
If you knew Sir Divish like I do, you wouldn't be so concerned. Being imprisoned might have injured his health, but there's no one can rival him for cleverness and cunning.
Really?
It's not for nothing he was made the King's Burgrave in Prague a few years back. Folks still talk about how he settled the dispute between Father Peck and Sir Pshibik.
Pshibik.
Take care.
Как мне вылезти с этой крепости? Мне должна помочь та кучерявая. Пойди ее искать. Что за тряпки? Вот факел можно было взять. Где эта кучерявая? Где ее искать? Да она че нет?
The Lord be praised. What's on your mind?
I would like to ask your assistance, my lady, if I may be so bold.
What's the matter, lad?
I need to get out of the castle, and your husband is keeping me here by force.
Why, for the love of God, would you want to leave the castle?
My lady, I know you have a good heart. I can't live with the thought of my parents being left in the mud to be food for stray dogs. How can their souls find peace until they rest in hallowed ground?
My dear boy, you'd risk your own life to give them a Christian burial? My heart goes out to you. I will do what I can to help, though I'll tremble in fear until your return. But what can I do?
If I could just get past the guard at the gate somehow.
But you can. If you wear a proper
Она
suit
что,
of
лизнула
armor, and
меня?
if he can't see your face, he won't recognize you and he'll let you go.
Good thinking. And where can I get the armor?
At the armory?
Where's that?
In the gate tower. But the soldiers sleep in other places around the castle too, and you might find armor nearby.
It's rather embarrassing, but if I'm to pay a bribe, I need money, and unfortunately, I don't have any.
How would you? Don't worry your head about it. This should be enough.
Thank you, my lady. I will repay you, I swear. Well, they'll certainly ask where I'm going.
You could tell them Sir Robard sent you to Ujits, to ask the parish priest how the folk there are faring.
That sounds reasonable. Thank you, my lady. I must go now.
God bless.
Так, все, она мне сказала пойти одеться. Какого-то там стражника, воина и так далее. Чтобы я был похож. Чешская. Блин, а где тут одежду брать?
Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? If you don't clear off quick, it'll be the worse for you.
Что ты там рычишь? Я ворую, что не
Hey, be quick about it.
Это не понял, где одежду воровать. По карте нарисовано тут. Вот она где-то надо мной. Мне надо, наверное, найти торговца какого-то. И у него купить отмычку. Так, а где он?
Well, I never.
What the hell was that?
Then it's better to have Wenceslas. You won't see him.
Что не врубаюсь, где этот купец? Чего непонятно?
Is someone there?
А, может вот это он сидит? О боже, какой я классный танкист. Я думал, он впереди в доме в каком-то.
Can we trade?
If you've got the coin. I'll be with you.
О, отмычка. У меня вся одежда в грязюке. Прикольно. Карта сокровищ 96 копеек. Его нельзя повернуть.
Can we do something about the price?
Aye.
Oh, that's a decent price.
Heaven.
Здесь целый поход за отмычкой. Да ебать, шо это? А что надо делать? Господи, какая система.
Hey, who's there?
Hey, you've no business here. Clear off or you... What are you doing here?
Да ничего я тут не дуинил. Не хер вообще. А валенки мне какие не дали. И штаны тоже. Или может надо бы там все вскрыть нахер. Правда, отмычка одна, она может сломаться. А как там что-то качать? Статка. Статка. А, я могу что-то прокачать, да? А где очки, которые я могу потратить? Непонятно. Как скала. И что она делает? При успешном блокировании щитом удара врага вы расходуете на 30% меньше выносливости. Перенос трупов и людей без сознания не тратит вашу выносливость. Вот как скала вроде полезная. Как эту срань закрыть? Ай, пала. Блаха-муха. Ты закройся. Так получается, тут могу что-то качнуть. И вот тут. Аскет. Дольше без пищи. 50% обаяния с женщинами в грязи, но незаметно снижается на 30. Запах мужика. Пиздец. Дистанция обзора быстрого перехода. Быстрее замечайте наступление событий во время перехода. Увеличивает вероятность уклонения на 10%. Каких переходов? Чем хуже постель, тем лучше. Классное умение. Я, пожалуй, вот это как скала выучу. В нем минусов нет. А тут я тоже в любом случае могу хоть что-то выкачать, да? Может, на потом оставить. Ну вот это тоже без минусов можно качнуть, наверное. Какой-то лазучик непонятный. Что-то понакачал. Нифига, капуста сытности добавляет.
I need to get out of here.
Says who? I've never seen you before in my life. And that's odd, seeing as how you're wearing our colors.
I'm Sir Robar's messenger. He's sending me to Uzis to find out if Sigismund's army has been giving them trouble.
I might believe you if I knew who you were. Who the hell are you?
Так. Но он не поверит, если я выберу Янек из Малиша. Ты знаешь, что я такой, тоже не поверит. Остается только открой немедленно или заплатить.
Open that gate, you moron. Just because you don't know me doesn't mean you can disobey your master's orders.
Oh, all right. May the Lord watch over you.
Hey! Open the gate!
И платить не пришлось. 20 копеек сохранил. Изи. Уберитесь из замка, убрался. Так. Нужно еще сюда сходить. Пупсики стоят что-то. Это охранники такие. У них одежда впритык прорисовывается, потому что все на минималках. Лошадь бы не помешала. Вода и на минималках нормально. Блин, то, что они прям передо мной и прорисовываются, меня бесит. Прикольная многобаба. Так, а что тут за вопросик? Купальни какие-то. Ой.
Damn it, I wish I was able to swim.
Он еще и плавать не умеет. Прикольно. Так, что в следующей деревушке? Надо через мост перейти. Временное жилье. Класс. Вот тут еще что-то есть. Надо по дорожке. Блин, игра и на минималках выглядит нормально. Жаль, что оптимизация, как обычно, говно. Ловчий какой-то. Может, побазариться, может, что-нибудь набазарим.
My respects to you.
Четыре урока для каждого умения максимум назад. Обучить охоте. Псарь.
I'd like you to show me some hunting tricks.
Certainly.
Новичок, слегка расширенное обучение. Уровень 5. Продвинутое. Видимо, новичок.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you.
60 копеек надо заплатить.
Now, pay close attention.
Все, обучил. Даже никакой ни сценки, ничего, ни диалога, ничего нету, да. Просто будь внимательный, говорит. За 60 копеек будь внимательный. Даже в Готике 2 что тогда рассказывал, когда обучал. Чему он меня обучил вообще? Непонятно. Чему ты обучил? Чему непонятно. Что мне пешкарусом идти? Переход. Не могу сейчас. Видимо, без лошади нельзя. Блин, найти мне хрен знает куда. По-моему, мне туда, что ли, надо идти? Или туда? Туда, наверное. Карта такая с этой иконкой персонажа, хрен поймешь. Интересно, какая вода на ультрах, если это на минималках? Что за примирительный крест? Читать все. Кайф. Это еще один ловчий, что ли? Кожевник. Может, я просто буду идти, и заставка будет, что я туда пришел. Просто пешком идти далеко неохота. Или, может, я прослушал, где лошадь надо взять. Мне здесь графика на самом деле нравится даже больше, чем в Ведьмаке. Она более натуральная. Крапива тут всякая. Но в Ведьмаке оптимизация попизже будет. Ну что, красными палочками какие-то интересные места обозначать? А, это лагерь. Интересное место. Какие-то будки гномиков. Ну вот, интересное место и лагерь. Все-таки-то раздельно. Получена лошадь. Чё?
It's like they've already gone.
А, я не выполнил задачу, получилось. Да. Жаль, что тут быстрое сохранение, я чуть не ощущаю. Собака лапает. Ни хера себе. Да, кто-то тусуется.
Hey!
Why would anyone do this? What did these poor souls ever do to them?
Прогнал чувака, чтоб самому болтаться.
Hey,
Назар, привет.
answer to my prayers. Just what I want.
Get going then. But leave that weapon right where it is.
So be it.
У каждого пряничек есть. А у меня нету пряничка. ТМ, привет, да, РПГшка. А каждый раз, когда я сохраняюсь, шнапс тратится. А если его нет, я никогда не сохранюсь. Перегружен, да и насрать. Так, а как мне туда пройти? Если тут проход завален. Не можешь бежать, когда перегружен. А чё у меня тут лишнего? Может тряпки эти повыкидать, хотя они денег стоят. Крендель, крендель. Состояние плохое. Надо съесть. Типа мяч в крови лишь. Так, ну я нажрался уже, просто пиздец. Теперь я еще и наелся, и значок свинки появился. Ну понятно, свинья. Я еще и походу отравился, что ли. Грибами или хер его знает. Плохой едой, наверное. Я сам на минималках играю. Она и на минималках прикольно.
Hey, what have we got here? Entertainment. Great. Haircut.
You're not going anywhere, aren't you? Leave your weapon on the ground and get lost.
All right.
Все, отравление прошло. У гроши 1 копейка. Может плохую еду не собирать лучше? Дубина состояние 0, надо выкинуть. Нахера нужно? И лук тоже. И топор тоже плохой.
He didn't run like me. He died with a sword in his hand.
Здесь даже на минималках здесь FPS 50 проседает. Жестяк.
In the end, you were a hero. You didn't run away. You didn't abandon me like me.
В смысле, я ему нажимаю, что жрать.
Why did you do it to me, Father? Why? Why did you leave me? Forgive me. Forgive me for everything. Next time I won't run. I'll never run away again. I'll find the one who did this to you. I remember his face. I'll find him. But first, I have to find the shovel and take care of you. I remember you told me you wanted to lie beside Mother. Here. Under the linden tree. At least I can do that much for you.
Найти лопату. Лопата-то где? Что за собака лапает? О, лопата.
Get away, you mutt! Get away, you beast!
What's going on? Mishak, what in God's name are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing? Digging turnips? The beast just went for me.
Isn't that Mutt the butcher's? Mutt. Isn't that body the butcher's?
Yeah, that's him. What's that got to do with anything?
I'd say the poor creature is standing guard over his master. You weren't trying to get to him, were you?
What do you care what I'm doing here? What are you doing here?
Came to bury my parents.
So bury them and leave me be.
Do you know what happened to Teresa from the mill? When I fled, the Cumans wanted to... They meant to violate her, and God knows what else.
No, I don't know. What do I care? They probably raped her and killed her like all the others. Her misfortune. Right now I've got to take care of myself.
How did you manage to get away?
How do you think? I ran.
If you lend me that spade, I have to dig a grave. I can't find another.
What's it worth to you? I see you have a fine sword. I'll gladly trade you my spade for that. How did you come by it anyway?
My father forged it for Sir Radzik.
It's my duty to deliver it to him. It's not for sale.
Go right ahead and dig that grave with your sword. See how that... And where will you dig it anyway? Here? You're not going to lay your parents in unhallowed ground, are you?
Father said he wanted to be buried here, and I can't take him to St. James's. God willing, later I can find a priest to consecrate the ground. I've interrupted you robbing the dead. Is that why you're so ill-tempered? You bastard. Haven't you got a shred of honor?
And what of it? The butcher has no more need of corn. And now that I think of it, your sword would do me quite nicely as well. Will you hand it over without a fuss, or do you want to end up like the butcher here?
The only way you'll touch this sword is when I shove it in your guts.
So that's the way of it? Not without a sword, huh? Well, this isn't the end, fucker!
А что, он застрял? По идее, он должен к своим друзьям дойти, наверное. Но, видимо, застрял.
Easy there, boy. You know me. A good master won't be rude to you.
О, пропал. Пиздец, тут FPS на нули падает. А вот попад осталось тут. А собаку нельзя забрать? Барбос. Пёс Барбос. Оптимизация просто на нуле.
This is a good place. You're gonna like it.
So, let's get to it.
Не знаю, что за мод. Я и в принципе в Skyrim и без модов особо не играл. Я пару раз начинал, пару раз в самом начале и заканчивал. Почему-то лень в него долго играть. Мало игр прохождение, хочется проходить до конца.
Is that him? Yes. Can't you see the sword?
Who are you? What do you want?
Zbyszek?
Who do you think we are? Franciscan brothers? We're here to rob you of everything you've got. Especially that fine blade that's of no use to a peasant like you anyway.
Banish the thought. It is my father's sword.
You mean him? I don't think he's going to be needing it anymore. Listen here, boy. You hand over that sword, I might just let you go. If not, you're in for a family reunion you really don't want.
Leave me alone.
Kill him, Runt! Aye, cut the bastard down.
As you like. Could have just cost you a few teeth.
Ah!
Хуя меня быстро потушил.
I told you how it would end. You should have listened to me. This is nice work. The chief is going to like it. It's new, isn't it? Now, for the maiden bloodletting. Surely your father never would have imagined it would be your blood. I believe there's a word for such moments. The old man would certainly know. But I'm just a common killer. Did you help make it? No doubt you did. Such miserable luck. To die by the sword you helped forge.
Hey, go fuckers! The games are over.
Guard! This person is fellow!
Kurwa. Да я и в обычный Skyrim не играл особо. Зачем мне моды? Собачка. На заставке красивая, просто вообще пушка. Можно было бы чисто заставки посмотреть и все. Ну, смотря какой движок, физика, когда вокруг много всего и физика сильно нагружает процессор, то все идет по одному месту.
Mit keresel itt? Véletlenül kibújtál anyád sokjáról? Megöllek, te büdös. Az Isteni!
Что надо вообще? У меня меч, оказывается, есть. Я же нажимал меч. На, в кепку.
Do you need some help?
Не знаю, что не справляется. Ничего не справляется, компьютер слабый. Надо i9 и 2080 Ti по штук по 5.
Henry, there's work to be done. Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise.
Henry, can you hear me?
Get up, Henry. Wake up. It's a new day.
Henry, can you hear me? Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Teresa?
You still have a fever. Uncle won't be pleased, but you'll have to stay in bed.
Where am I? In Skalitz?
We're at my uncle's mill in Rattay. I didn't know where else to go.
What happened?
You don't remember anything? I suppose that's not surprising. I found you in Skalitz after those bandits attacked you. I thought they'd done for you, but you were still breathing. Why in heaven's name did you go back there? It was madness. They slaughtered everyone who didn't run.
My parents, I wanted to bury them. I had to...
Don't worry. I took care of it.
Thank you.
Any good Christian would have done the same. Now sleep. You need your strength back. You're awake.
Good morning.
It's near midnight. You've slept all day.
Oh. Oh, I feel like a horse fell on me.
The beating you took was worse. But at least the fever's broken.
How did you manage to save me?
You were lucky. I was in Skalitz and I saw Zbyszek and his thugs. I tried to distract them, but it would have been no use if those soldiers from Tamburg hadn't arrived. They were searching for you and scattered the bandits.
What in the world were you doing in Skalitz?
Waiting to die.
What?
They killed my brothers, my family, my friends.
They're all dead.
All of them. Everyone I ever loved. They killed one of my brothers in the mines. After that, what did I have to live for?
Don't say that. There's always hope.
No, there isn't. But it doesn't matter. I'm a different person now.
Searching for me?
Yes. Lord Divish sent them, led by Captain Robard. So tell me, why is a lord of such high standing interested in a blacksmith?
Sir Divish promised Sir Radzig he'd look after me. But as for why they should care, I've no idea. Oh, I'm exhausted.
I'm not surprised. I'll bring you water and something to eat. In the meantime, rest. You're still very weak. Good morning to you. How's the invalid today?
I haven't felt as good as this since they lashed me to the wheel and quartered me on the town square.
Got your sense of humour back. You must be better. My uncle will be glad to hear it. I had a job persuading him to let me bring you here. If you'd lain around much longer, he really would have dumped you on the town square. You can stay until you find somewhere else to live, but my uncle will want payment for taking you in and caring for you.
And this is your uncle's house?
We're in Ratay Mill. My uncle's miller Peshek. He took me in, and I talked him into taking care of you too.
I've been lying here long enough.
Uncle will be pleased he's one mouth less to feed. But are you truly well enough?
Well enough to do what has to be done. Where can I find Sir Radzig?
He's in the lower castle in Perkstein. He's a guest of Sir Hanush of Leipa. But someone like you can't just walk up bold as you please and demand an audience.
I know Sir Radzig, and I didn't bring him his sword as I was supposed to. I must see him.
If you insist. But you need to speak to my uncle first.
Да что, я просто Тарка ударил дальше.
Fortnight while he paid the apothecary to tend to you, and for medicine. That's a good deal of a coin you owe him.
I've been lying here 2 weeks. My God.
Better a fortnight in bed than an eternity in the grave. If it weren't for my uncle, you wouldn't be here at all.
I owe you both my life, and I'll repay my debt. You have my word.
All right. But before you go to town, you should eat something. You're still weak. There's food on the table for you.
Так, надо поесть. Рогалики. Туды. Бля, рогалики он нормально рукой берет. Почти поломалась. У меня щит был, я им не пользовался. А меч где мой делся? Наверное, забрали эти. Колбаса. Так, а есть что-то, что пропадает? «20 яблок. Подожди, куда ты перелистнул? Зачем ты их перелистываешь? Я что, загоняться за яблоками должен лишь? Здесь за один раз сколько? 20 или сколько там яблок я сожрал. Я думаю, хватит с меня яблок. А тут можно бы отсюда поесть.
My name's Henry. Thank you for taking care of me here.
My name's Peshek, and I'm the miller here. You've already met my niece, Teresa. She took care of you for 2 whole weeks while you were in limbo. And talking of you being at death's door, while you were lying here, you worked up quite a bill for the blood merchant. He came now and again to keep you alive with his potions. That quack doesn't come
Добра и
cheap.
всех благ
I paid
тебе.
him what I
Порчи
could,
и
but I still, that is, you still owe him.
I see. Well, it's better to be in debt than to lie dead in a
Chat.
ditch. What do I owe? I'm not afraid of hard work.
You won't pay for that shoveling manure. I might have a better job for you. And it's not something any fool can do. If you prove to me you're a clever lad, I might trust you with something you could really make money from. What do you say?
Well, what would you need from me?
A trifle. Just to take something from someone and bring it to someone else. And not get caught while you're doing it.
That sounds straightforward enough. Except for not get caught. Why would anyone want to catch me?
Oh, don't worry. It's just a job like any other. Only this one requires, let's say, the right moral disposition. Do corpses bother you?
No honourable man should touch them. That's the executioner's job.
Did you expect I'd give you a hoe and send you out to the fields? You could dig all right, but somewhere else. I want to know whether you're going to hide behind some stupid fucking scruples, or if you might be useful for more unconventional work.
Какой-то злой мельник. ТМ, спасибо за 150 рублей. Что за кубок? Добра и всех благ. Спасибо большое за донатик. Что за кубки ты мне даришь? Кубок оптимизации игры?
I was prepared for just about anything, but that's a bit much. But go on. Tell me more.
Listen, it's about this ring my mate Wojciech, the Kohelnitz miller, had his eye on. Trouble is, they buried the ring by the gibbet along with the villain they hung while he was wearing it.
Jesus Christ. You want me to dig up a corpse, take a ring from it, and give it to your friend in Kohelnitz? There's nothing sacred to you.
Money first, morals later. That fellow is dead. He won't miss it. Whatever bleeding heart came up with the idea that it's disrespectful to disturb a corpse never read the Bible. It's still a human body, only it's missing a soul. Why be disgusted by something created by God?
I think I've already heard more than I need to know. You've got the tongue of the devil himself. If you tried hard enough, I bet you could justify sodomy with a goat.
Watch your mouth, boy. There's a shovel here around the mill somewhere. If there's any problem, come and see me. And here's something on the side to make you dig better.
Thanks. I'll need it. I can't believe I've come to this. Digging up corpses.
Oh, and watch out for the executioner and his hounds. They're pretty savage. And I don't just mean the dogs. You can just throw them some meat. The dogs, that is. But the executioner? Well, don't vex him.
Farewell.
Капец. Надо раскопать кольцо мертвяка. Турнир, устраиваемый паном, проводится каждые 7 дней в Верхнем замке. Проверить навыки бойцов в обращении со всеми видами оружия. Предназначен для простолюдинов, поэтому ты тоже можешь принять участие. Залог здоровья. Надо задание выполнить.
Have you eaten yet?
Yes, it was very good. Did you bake it yourself?
I did. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Что ты там навышивала? Нихера. Ну, молодец. Так, ладно. Надо идти задание выполнять. Инструменты. Полетели. Опять я хрюшка. Ну что такое? И в этой игре я хрюшка. Я что, опять много съел? Так, мне походу налево надо. Мне кажется, тут прикольно все выглядит. Оптимизация бы еще хоть чуть-чуть. Так. А вообще дорожка вот так ведет. Но я думаю, может тут через лес пройду, ничего страшного. Судьба быть свинкой. Да я смотрю, он жрет и жрет и жрет. И уже больше 100%. Это ультра трава. Чем она отличается от не ультра травы? Вообще непонятно. Точнее не ультра, а высокая. Странно, конечно. Я смогу тут просто через лес пролезть? Как кабан. Все, ФПС просаживает. Вот он так отдыхает.
What was that?
Что тут одна могила? Чё? А мне лопату надо. Блин, я забыл лопату взять там в самом начале. Бля, он же сказал, там была лопата. Я дебил. Он же сказал, что у него была лопата. Я просто пошел. Свинья. Друг. Ага. Блин, я просто там забыл у него свинью. Да, маг можно собрать. Ну, я забрал у того чела лопату, потом я лежал, лечился. Видимо, лопате стало скучно, и она ушла. Блин, ну тут атмосферка мне намного больше нравится, прям вообще. Пушка. Более естественная такая. Ратае. Рататата. Что за ратае? Бля, у меня эта дверь на пульте управления сама открывается. Блин, ну оно просто охеренно выглядит на минималках. Как сделать, чтобы тени вдали не дрочились? Видимо, никак, да? Какие бы настройки теней не ставила, но не то. Налаживание прикольное, вроде ФПС нет, не перевалился в очко. Тени вообще какие-то беспонтовые, все равно вдали дрочу какой-то. Ну что там вдали тени дрочатся, нахер они там вообще нужны? Ну тут дальность прорисовки теней просто межгалактическая. Нахера непонятно. Тут даже на минималках FPS говно местами, потому что дальность прорисовки стоит почти на нуле, а тени прорисовываются на соседней горе. Ни в одной игре так далеко не прорисовываются, потому что нахера оно надо. При этом тут даже на минималках вода выглядит охерительно, и все, в принципе, на минималках выглядит хорошо. Так, где моя лопата? Даже какой-то этот пылинки какие-то летают на минималках. Где он лопату делал? Ебучий пекарь.
Damn.
Я так понимаю, он одежду моет, что ли? Делает ее чистой, но не всю, да? Ну да, она чистая стала, кроме той, которую я не надел. Не пойму, где лопата. Черт, какой-то нарисован. Никита шнягу будет показывать во сколько? Надуванчики. Мое. Дополнение на игру? Не знаю. Я по скидке в Стиме купил и все. Что я там купил, я не смотрю. Это купил. 10 из 10 внимательности. Где лопата? Алло.
Look at you, lover boy.
What are you up to? How would you like to, I don't know, come for a walk?
A walk? I'd like that very much, but I can't right now, Hal. Give me some time to settle in, will you?
If that's what you want.
It's not you, Hal. It's just this isn't a good time.
I'd like to know...
Я спросить хотел, где, сука, лопата?
So, how'd you like it in Ratai?
It's a big town with good strong walls, so I suppose we're safe here. And they took us in our hour of need, but for how much longer? They'll grow tired of us soon enough.
How are the Skalitz folk getting on?
They're alive, that's the main thing. They have shelter, but they're just scraping by. Rattay's citizens aren't happy the town is full of beggars who don't look like leaving anytime soon.
Do you know anything about those human rapists? About... you know...
They came to Hungary from God knows where, and now they... Well, folk tell awful stories about them. I hope I never see them again.
That's all.
Have you got a moment? I'd like to ask a few questions about Skalitz. I don't remember much.
All right. What do you want to know?
How did you get me?
It wasn't easy. Sir Robard and his men helped load you on a wagon and we harnessed an old... The soldiers escorted us all the way here, God bless.
What about the bandit?
Sir Robard and his men routed them. They killed the few, but the giant who attacked you fled, and Zibishek with him. It won't be safe in Skalitz for a while.
А, тот великан с дубиной убежал, оказывается. И этот пердышек убежал тоже.
Why would Zibishek do that? I never thought much of him, but banditry...
He was always a nasty piece of work.
Tell me.
When those... Cumans, they call them. When the Cumans came, Zibishek pushed me out in front of them and fled. He sacrificed me to save his own hide.
That bastard. Where's the sword I had?
You had a sword? It's gone now. Those scum took everything, including your horse.
I don't give a damn about the horse. I stole it anyway. But my father forged that sword for Sir Radzik. I promised father I'd take it to him. I have to get it back.
Well, you can't. Just be thankful you're still alive.
What happened to the other survivors?
They sought refuge in Rattay.
And Matthew, Fritz and Matthias?
They're alive. I heard Matthias is at the stud farm in Merhoyed. Johunga is in Sisal, and Fritz and Matthew, well, you know them. They're up to no good somewhere. The only trouble they'll be in is of their own making.
What about Sir Radzik?
Sir Hanush, he's the Lord of Rattay. He gave his lower castle to Sir Radzik, a place called Perkstein. Sir Hanush lives at the upper castle. The Skalitz folk have made camp in front of it.
How did you get away from those Cumans?
I thought I was finished. But I grabbed a dagger from one of them and... Wait. How do you know what happened to me?
I don't. That's why I asked how you fled from Skalitz.
No. You said with those Cumans. Did you see what happened? Were you there?
I fled from the castle. I saw what was happening to you, but there were too many of them, and I didn't know what to do. I knew I couldn't fight them all. I'm so sorry.
I understand. You made the sensible choice.
No, but I wanted to...
You don't need to say any more. Besides, I managed well enough on my own. I cut their throats.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure you are.
I won't trouble you anymore. Let's leave it be.
Та-та-ра-та-та, где лопата, лопата. Пиздец, мне там любой челик пиздюлей давал, а она им глотки перерезала. Опасная женщина. Возле сарая, говоришь? Я что-то вообще не ощущаю. Просто не ощущаю никаких лопат. Да какой топор? Я и топор не вижу. Топор, топор. Какой топор? Не вижу я ни лопат, ни топоров. А вот топор есть. Право от топора. Я не ощущаю вообще лопаты, ёпта, налево. А вон она стоит. Ебучая параша. Пиздец. Топор, топор. Ура! Самое сложное задание в моей жизни — найти лопату. Графа не мощная. Не знаю, мне нравится, как графика сделана, но она не оптимизирована, это точно. Мне нравится, что цвета и текстурки подобраны прикольно, реалистично выглядит. Но вот эта вот дресня вдали, это, конечно, да. Леса, трава, вот эта вся, она... Да вон как просто за город выехал, в лес пошел, реально один в один. В этом весь прикол. Цветочки нельзя пособирать. Вон деревья и вот это вот все, как у нас в посадке-то. Кущари такие же, трава, все это, лопушки там. Тупо один в один. Интересное место. Заснуть и сохраниться. Соснуть. Кровать просто бомба. Удобство кровати 30%. Так, ну мы сохранились, но тут кроме как посидеть на бревне, что ничего нету. Что она нас не пускает? Да я не брожу по лесу, я к заданию иду. Ты под контролем. Тут идти полметра. Мак, сюда. Честно говоря, вот эта анимация траву собирать уже надоело. Хера себе, вот тут мак, что говно. Я не знаю, зачем я его собираю, чисто от жадности. Все, хватит с меня мака, короче. Ну, может, продам потом траву. Или сварю из нее что-нибудь. Борщ.
Christ wounds, what a fucking stink. How long have you been lying here? Nothing on the left hand. The right? Oh shit, there's nothing there either. Where the fuck is that ring? Oh, that stench makes me want to puke. Peshek will pay for this.
А его закопать нельзя? А чё? Все, задание провалено. Кольца нет. Б. Я тоже так умею. Ну, на канале много видосов про картошку. И гайдиков тоже. Можешь смотреть. Что это за яма с трупяками? Жуть какая-то. Стоит играть в 2020 году или лучше в тундре остаться? Не знаю, мне ни картошка, ни тундра, честно говоря, не особо. Что в тундре много всякой срани, что в картошке. Сейчас в картошке вообще геймплей просто на днище. В игре все хорошо, кроме геймплея, его нет вообще. Может, для новичка будет норм, но фиг знает. Даже новичкам игра намного быстрее надоедает, чем когда мы начинали еще играть в 2013 там, и там можно было целый день играть. Игра была приятная и кайфовая. Сейчас содержание боев просто параша. 2 минуты бой закончился, 2 минуты бой закончился. Просто едут все, сломя голову куда попало, и просто умирают и все. Просто билиберда. Карты параша, баланса нет ни в картах, ни в танках, нигде. Просто дерьмо. Смысла играть нет вообще. Да остановись ты, елки-палки.
God be with you.
There was a corpse in the grave, but no ring. What the fuck is going on?
Easy, Hal. Hold your horses. If the ring wasn't on the corpse, the executioner must have taken it before he buried the body.
Oh, I can see where this is going. You want me to get the ring from the executioner?
Clever lad. Only I wouldn't recommend talking to him about it. He's a bit touchy on the subject of robbing the dead. It'd be better to pinch it from his house.
All right, I'll go and find that ring.
It should be in a trunk somewhere in the house. And look here, Henry. Do you know how to get past a lock?
Get past a lock? You mean jemmy it off with a crowbar?
No, you don't. I mean the delicate, gentle art of opening it quietly and with sensitivity, like popping a young maiden's cherry.
I have some experience.
All right. I'm glad to hear you're not as clumsy as you look. Here's a lockpick for the job.
Can you tell me something about the other millers?
There's a couple of other fellows around here in my trade. Wojciech in Kohelnitz and Simon in Sassa.
Tell me about Wojciech.
He's young and hot-blooded with a short temper. But he's a fine fellow when you get to know him. His heart's in the right place, and he's always willing to lend a helping hand. Unfortunately, he got himself into a feud with that usurer, the merchant Wolfram Pruder. A slimy bastard he is. And now they're sworn enemies.
What about this Simon in Sasau?
An odd one he is.
Tell me something about yourself.
There's nothing much to tell. I was born at the mill, I live here, and I'll surely die here. But before I do, I've plenty of work to do, and I hope I live to see peace.
Can you tell me...
Да, я видел, что там навык есть.
That's all.
God be with you.
Ну, в принципе, пока ничего все равно не могу прокачать, так что похер. Так, теперь мне надо украсть. Замечательный пекарь, ёпта. Чё-то он там мельник. Какой-то он гниловатый. Что это за полянка? Полынь. Она же не так выглядит. Это не полынь, это парашка какая-то. Нас обманули. Она вообще другого цвета. Мята. И мята какая-то странноватая. Николас это что, подорожник? Я, ёпта, травник. В 70-м поколении. Но по траве тут обман. Это не полынь. И мята не мята. Вороний глаз, что это за параша вообще? Да я видел котелки с едой. Я же есть еще не хочу. Да, курица охраняет вход. Ой. А что он там говорил, собакам можно мясо кинуть куда-то? А как ее кинуть? Колбасу может кинуть? Сушеное мясо есть. Ничего, я пихаю. Бант. Ну, бля, это черт идет. Где моя колбаса? Да ничего. А я ж не на частной территории, типа. Или он все равно будет недоволен? Может через свиней залезть? А чем драться? У меня меча нет. А мне надо именно в правый дом или в какой? Чего не вижу? Слева вообще что-то есть? А, это уже собака спит, что ли? Мысли. Да иди ты нахер. Что за замок такой ебаный? Дубина есть. Только одежда какая-то. Не видно ни хера. А где кольцо? Густая кровь. Медленнее стекайте крови, марафонец. Бежите медленнее, но значительно дольше. Спринтер. Ничего не хочу качать. Где это ебучее кольцо? Оно же не на нем. Куда не зайду. Ой, он просыпается. Да с другой стороны закрой, долбоёб.
Hey, what are you doing here? Clear off quick or I'll throw you out. Is something the matter?
Да нема тут никого. Бля, я перегружен. Свинки спасите.
What's that?
Да нема никого, ты бас.
What?
Тут свиньи тебя грабят, что ты хочешь?
Someone there.
Да нема никого, ты тупой. Так, дубину, я думаю, можно выкидывать. 2 штуки. Нахер они всрались. Надо что-то повыкидывать. Говоришь, ворованный мусор. В сундуке, так я 2 сундука уже вскрыл. Он мне ничего не сделал. Хули тогда ходит за мной? Лю. Где я вообще? Только одно не пойму. 2 сундука я у него в будке лутанул. Тут сундук лутанул. Где ебучее кольцо? Бля, собака проснулась. Тут вообще нет сундуков, да? А тут 3 собаки. А что-то проснулась с этим насрать. Чё непонятно. Я в доме просто не все сундуки лутал. Пиздец, я медленно теперь хожу. Еще и спать хочу, ну пипец. Может скинуть тут всякий шлак. А потом, когда назад буду идти, пособираю. Да что там столько весит, ёпта. Капуста до хера весит, да? Вот. Блин, еще немного надо выкинуть что-нибудь. У репы целебное действие. Щит можно скинуть. 9 килограмм весит. Все. Капуста, не укатывайся, стой. Моя капуста. Ля, она вместе со мной едет, остановись. Полиция, стоять, ты чё? Колобок, стой. Моё. Хуя капуста. Хотела сбежать. Зеленый колобок. В смысле, я уже вскрывал этот замок. Он опять закрыл, что ли? Ну, тут нет сундука. Типа я хз. Этот сундук я вскрывал. Может тут наверх монокота залез?
What the hell was that? Hey, what do you think you're doing? Get the hell out of here!
Тест. Где кольцо?
Are you deaf?
А, вот сундук. Хуя, слышь? Он беспрерывно бьет ты. Класс, класс.
Is that all you've got?
Да пошло ты в очко. Ничего не сделает, я понял. Просто беспрерывно бьет. Да я не вижу ничего, отвали от меня.
That was just a war.
Ничего не вижу. Чем я его бью вообще? Пас. Боевка, честно говоря, мне вообще не нравится. Просто помойка. Куда ты идешь, куда-то экран сам разворачивается, что-то там происходит. Все трясется. Что сейчас происходит, я вообще не понимаю. Что вообще происходит? Чё непонятно? И он просто ушел или что? Ты погиб, слава богу. Я не знаю, ничего не понятно, боевка. Это я еще иду копать, типа. Хотя бы теперь знаю, что меня ждет. И где сундуки лежат. Мне не нравится, что экран куда-то трясется, непонятно ничего. Что он это не хочет. Да, мы только копать идем еще. Блин, я есть, короче, хочу. Потом поиграем еще. Прикольная, неоптимизированная игра. Все, спасибо, что смотрели. Всем пока, увидимся.